Hey, what is going on, my friends? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. We're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. Look, on today's conversation, we're going to have discuss a part two of the Fox Sports scandal that is circulating around the world, literally. I mean, for those who, especially the sports world, but specifically, the media industry, it is pretty intense. I mentioned on the last show that former personality Skip Bayless, who was with Fox Sports for about 8 years, close to 8 years, he at the time hosted his own program where it was a similar debate format show called Undisputed. He then, left. He now does his own thing. And long story short, he's currently facing a lawsuit alleging him of sexual harassment charges or allegations, excuse me. And there's a few other personality names from the network that's involved in this lawsuit. So that's why it's a part two and it's getting pretty intense. Um we also are gonna discuss gospel icon Kirk Franklin apologizing on social media for his recent actions on the stage while performing in a concert. I believe it was in Jamaica, and just really apologizing for his actions. So we'll talk a little more with that as well. Also, going back to sports, Rex Ryan, former NFL head coach Rex Ryan, is talking about how confident he is to be named the next head football coach for the New York Jets, a team that he had coached for um, uh, years ago, where he had some successful seasons with. So we'll talk a little more with that. Let me see, what else do we have going on. Um, if we have time, I want to talk a little bit about the recent premiere of Monday Night Raw for all you wrestling fans out there. Monday Night Raw just they recently had debuted the beginning of earlier in the year on Netflix. That's going to be their new home where you can catch them on a weekly basis. And it was a star-studded event, so we're going to talk a little bit about that, as well as disgusting act that went viral, going into politics at this time. So if we have some time, I'll share a little more with that as well. So do not go anywhere. I hope you stick with me throughout this hour here on the Arrington Gavin Show. As always, I want to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to tune in to yet another great episode. You could be doing so much other stuff with your precious time, but instead you take the time to chop it up and to just kick back and listen what your boy got to say. Because look, I'm just keeping you guys up to speed with trending news, stuff that is probably being spoken about within your conversation circle of friends, at work, at home, and your Bible study classes, stuff that we just normally like to conversate about. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that here on this show. So I just truly appreciate y'all for sticking with me since the beginning. I believe this is around like episode 245. You hear me, y'all? 245. We've already dropped over 200 episodes, and we have tons of more episodes to come. I have some great guests in store, great content, great topics. We got a lot of great things happening for 2025 here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Look, there's also multiple ways that you can tune in to the program. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that's Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Odyssey, all major podcast platforms. You can also stream us uh uh on our via YouTube or Rumble. Okay, our YouTube channel is the Arrington Gavin Show. Same goes for our channel on Rumble, the Arrington Gavin Show. We know we have some folks out there, my conservative fan base out there, that is more fans of Rumble. So hey, you can catch us on Rumble. We're continue to grow that channel on there. And then for all my I guess the majority of people that are still stuck on YouTube. That's a variety of conservative, liberals, independents, whoever. You can catch my channel on YouTube as well. You can also listen to us guys on our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM, straight talk out of the Metro Atlanta area. So we truly appreciate that. We drop new episodes Monday through Friday on that station at 11 p.m. Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that network, as well as online at WDJYFM.com. So multiple ways, my friends, you can tune in to the show. Before I move forward, I would like to acknowledge some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin show, like our friends over at Ingenious Gin. That is right, my friends. Ingenious Gin, the veteran-owned, black-owned spirit, Ingenious Gin. Looking for a spirit as bold and refined as you? Introducing Ingenious Gin, crafted with precision, infused with exotic botanicals, and balanced for the perfect sip every time. Whether you're savoring it neat, mixing the ultimate gin and tonic, or shaking up a classic cocktail, Ingenious Gin is your ticket to a moment of pure sophistication. Experience ingenuity in every drop. Find Ingenious Gin at your favorite store or online today. Ingenious Gin, the gin for thinkers. Do me a favor, my friends. Please drink responsibly. All right, y'all. Look, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have our fun fact of the day, as we like to do it here and every time here on the Arrington Gavin show. So do me a favor. Do not go anywhere. We have a lot more in store for you here on the Arrington Gavin show. Do not change that dial. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends, welcome back. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin show. Let's get it going with our fun fact of the day. Tradition here on the program, we like to always get it started, get the juices flowing, get the brain going. You know what I mean? Just a quick fun fact. All right, so today's fun fact is: did you all know the startup sound for Windows 95 was made on an Apple Macintosh computer? Did you know? Did you know? Says here that it is very true that it was composed on a Mac by Brian Eno, an electronic and ambient composer. Says here Eno created 84 different pieces of music for the Windows 95 startup sound and was so obsessed with the task that it broke a logjam in his own work. He originally told BBC Radio 4 in 2009 that he never used a PC and didn't like them. So that is our fun fact for today, my friend. Now let's get it going with some of our stories, trending stories that is being heard around our United States. All right, so and really across the globe. This is a difficult story to discuss. And the reason why is because I happen to be a fan of majority of the personalities that's involved in this court case. So, as I mentioned on the last show, that Skip Bayless, uh, well-known voice in sports journalism and just sports media. Skip Bayless was recently uh sued by a former hairstylist of Fox Sports 1, um, that he had sexually harassed her, that he even got even worse than that, to sexually harass her and offer her money to have sex with him. All right, so just to kind of recap the story that I spoken about on the last show, this is reported by USA Today. It says here that the former hairstylist had filed a lawsuit that alleges a network executive forcefully touched her and used his position to sexually harass women. The suit also claims former personality Skip Bayless offered to pay the hairstylist for sex. The lawsuit the lawsuit was filed recently by a former staffer at Fox Sports 1, who here we go, who says she worked at Fox Sports from 2012 until August of 2024 in Los Angeles County Court. Recently, Fox Sports and its other properties are named defendants in the suit, as well as an executive vice president of content of FS1, Charlie Dixon, Bayless, and a network host, Joy Taylor. Now, this is getting really intense, and let me explain why. Because let me find where is. Oh, here we go. So, ever since that, the initial story came up, the first thing that was the headline was Skip Bayless, Skip Bayless, Skip Bayless, because Skip Bayless was the star really of Fox Sports 1. He had a successful show for quite a minute on that program called Undisputed. It was a similar sports debate show from his previous show that he used to co-host on ESPN, which was First Take, along with Shannon Sharp. I mean, excuse me, along with what's his name, Stephen A. Smith. And so when he left ESPN, went on Undisputed at Fox Sports 1, built a career there. There was a channel that was really a network that was really trying to just grow and become a true competitor to ESPN. You can still consider it a part of that's their competition, but it's really no competition. I mean, ESPN has continued to be up here, and FS1 is still down here, but it's growing and adjusting shows and adding new personalities, whatever. And so Joy Taylor is one of those people, in my opinion, that is helping currently to build that network. She is a tremendous journalist, not even just sports journalist, because she has her own brand. She does podcasting and speaking mostly on pop culture, media, a little bit of everything. She was one of the original, I guess you could call it, moderators when Undisputed first came on the network. She was on there for quite some time. Then she went on to co-hosting The Herd with Colin Cowherd, another icon in sports media. And then she went on to another show, I believe it's called Speak Yourself, along with Emmanuel Acho, another rising star in sports media. Emmanuel Acho is a former NFL star. I want to say he's an Emmy winning an Emmy winner as well, because he had a New York Times bestselling book, I think, called Awkward, or excuse me, it was a book, and then it turned into almost like a podcast called Awkward Conversations with a Black Man. Very successful. I was always tuned into it. Very accomplished, very intelligent individual, because his career really didn't peak to like the max that he probably would have wanted it to peak. I believe he succeeded maybe like 5 or 6 years in the NFL. But he's great when it comes to sports analyst and sports commentating. He really is. So Speak Yourself was one of the shows that him as well as Joy Taylor had co-hosted together. I believe it was a couple of other individuals, but I'll just say they were the two, pretty popular stars on that show. In this lawsuit, there's a lawsuit that alleges accusing Fox Sports employees of sexual misconduct and retaliations and more. It says here that FS1 Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho, and network executive Charlie Dixon, and sports personality Skip Bayless, all named in this lawsuit. I mentioned that. It's alleging that Joy Taylor had a sexual relationship with Emmanuel Acho, as well as Charlie Dixon, who was the executive. Let me make sure I'm giving you the proper information that has been put out there. A large portion of social media users, yes, are talking about Joy Taylor as the former employee alleges the on-air host leveraged sex with Dixon and Emmanuel Acho to advance her career. Now, here's the sad part, guys. And again, these are all allegations. None of this has come out as any, truth to it at all. These are all allegations. The awful part is, and this is why I wanted to share this, I'm a fan of a lot of the personalities that is involved in this suit. I really am. I'm a fan of the network. I'm a fan of Fox Sports 1. I watch. It's funny because my wife is team First Take. I was team Undisputed until Undisputed eventually, disbanded. But I'm a fan of the network. I'm always a fan of like the underdog networks that's really trying to make a name for himself, trying to be a true competitor to the, the long-standing corporate companies that have been number one for, forever. I don't know this hairstylist, for her to be there for 12 years. It's like, okay, well, why didn't she leave all of a sudden? What was the reason why she left? Is she just bitter? Is she, wanting to get a huge payout because she was there for 12 years and she's like, I had to put up with this and that and the other. What is happening here? What is happening? I'll be honest, before I even find out more information and I'm just gonna put in my 2 cents. I think these allegations are false. It's I'm not saying that I just ignore all. I'm a big proponent of innocent until proven guilty. Now, I don't know the executive. That's not to say that there is such thing as abuse in power, because there has been time and time again of people in high leadership that are resigning, which to me is a guilty look. Now, there has not been any resignation letters from anybody since this had came out, which again tells me that they're going to continue to fight, or they're not paying any mind. The other day I was watching the network, and I saw everybody there like if nothing was even being mentioned. So again, it shows me that they're just the network is taking is doing an investigation with this, but people are still continuing. The show must go on. The show must go on. Now, here's what the suspect thing comes into play. So this is reported by Yahoo Entertainment. It says here that Emmanuel Acho's deleted video raises eyebrows as lawsuit alleges Fox co-worker hookup with Joy Taylor. All right. Look, both of them are attractive people. Both of them are great looking people. I'm pretty sure they're single. I don't know too much of their, relationship life, but I don't know if that's just the case because there is a lawsuit going on. So they're just like, please just delete everything. Because here's when I look at some of the because it's a 42-page lawsuit, by the way. But when I look at some of these videos that was previously deleted from Emmanuel Acho's social media, one of them acknowledges how he basically gives Joy Taylor her flowers on social media. Emmanuel Acho is a very vocal person that is, like I said, he's intelligent, but he will always do stuff to, he wants to get the clicks, right? He wants to get that acknowledgement. Again, this is a man that had a show and a book entitled Awkward Conversations with a Black Man. Emmanuel Acho gives Joy Taylor her flowers because she is a woman of color, Black woman in sports media. She is killing the game. And I'll be honest, she is not like the typical I'm sorry, I'm not going to say any names, but you have folks in sports media that kind of plays as the moderator more than just, okay, let me give you my opinion on this. I mean, you starting to see more of a increase in the acknowledgement of, or in the due diligence for sports female sports journalists, because I feel like it was a time where they just used female journalists as a moderator, as a pretty face, but they never could truly share their thoughts. They just said, okay, you just moderate, ask them the question, and then they continue to respond, or you just sit there, look pretty, blase, blase. No, they're actually giving them a bigger role. Joy Taylor is one of those people that is in the mix of those journalists. She practices what she preaches. She's not scared to be vocal. She's not scared to be the team of just herself, one against three men, or one against however. She practices what she preaches. She backs up what if she has an opinion on something. So Emmanuel Acho, there's a video of him giving her flowers with that. But then there's some other ones that's like, there's one where he's like, okay, what is like working with what is it like working with Joy Taylor, question mark. Now again, it's his coworker, he's trying to make fun. Even on social media, that is a part of the branding. That's a part of promoting the show. So instead, he's built. It shows that he has a great relationship with his co-host, right? Um, it's just it will be certain poses where he reposts, or he will share on the social media, and it's just uh, like again, she is a very attractive woman. Best believe his friends is like, man, how's it to work with Joy? I mean, come on now, come on. Like, I mean, again, she's very beautiful, but guess what? She also is extremely smart. She knows her craft when it comes to sports too. She comes from a sports family, a sports background. Um, she's a former, I think, collegiate athlete herself, if I'm not mistaken. Um, there's a bunch of posts where, in my opinion, he's just giving her flowers. But the way social media responds is like, all right, he's sharing, he's sharing a lot about his co-host. I know he has some more, different co-hosts. That's not like his only co-host. And social media just pulls away the ones that are just like, okay, is this sus? Because look, here's the thing, whenever it comes to having a show, and that's of a mixed gender show, whether if it's like, a man and a woman hosting a program, social media, gossip columns, all that stuff will start making rumors saying, is there an outside relationship happening with between these two? Blase, blase, blah. Like, I remember it was funny. I I remember that there were allegations that Stephen A. Smith and Molly, the two personalities, this is a different network, but from First Take was romantically involved. Like, I mean, they make up stuff like that. I'm just using that as an example. They make rumors of that. This brings a conversation of, okay, so are they trying to say that it must be true? Because again, you have two very good looking people that are very much single. They work together 24/7. Like, it must be something. Like, how could it not be? And again, remember, like a few years ago, we had the news journalists from Good Morning America, Amy Roback and TJ Holmes. They had a secret relationship that became public, that cost them their job at ABC. They both were at the time still legally married too. So it's like, you bring these examples up, it could exist. But again, I'll give you my 2 cents. I think I personally don't think it's true. Now, take Emmanuel Acho, take Joy Taylor out the picture. I don't know the executive at FS1. I don't. I don't. I really I'm again, innocent until proven guilty. So there is no proper proof. There's allegations saying this happened, that happened, but that's just one side saying that story. The other side has not shared anything. Um Skip Bayless, same thing. There's one side making the allegations, and the other side has saying the opposite. Now, a lot of folks were a bit shocked that after 8 years, close to 8 years, he was leaving the network. Now, I personally wasn't shocked because I saw how poorly the numbers were looking, his ratings were looking for his show. Undisputed was never the same when Shannon Sharp announced that he was leaving the show. When Undisputed took a long hiatus, and here's what they failed. And this is just, you know, whenever you I've done a lot of shows. When a popular co-host leaves the show, you can't just say, okay, look, we're gonna take a long hiatus and then we're gonna come back bigger, better than ever. We're gonna have a new theme song. We're gonna come with not one, but three more added co-hosts to this, and we're gonna change up the vibe of it. You can't go from doing a kind of debate format with one-on-one to a round table of, of multiple people. For one. Two, I don't think that it was smart to have a long hiatus after Shannon Sharp had left. I think after they made, he had his farewell episode, boom, keep it moving, have alternates in his seat until then you choose that one. That's just me personally. That is just me personally. I think that with doing, with the dropping of his, of that show, seeing Shannon Sharp, getting a new deal with his, growing his a media company, Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, the whole, again, media company that he now has, and signing on with First Take for a humongous amount of money. Shannon left the big winner, and then you see Skip Bayless just all the way down. And so that's why I wasn't shocked that Skip Bayless was leaving the network. You're starting to see a lot of iconic figures in the world of journalism and just media that is leaving the corporate media, moving on to something more independent, more digital, and that's the route that is much safer and easier as far as for their work schedule, and the fact that they already have a fan base. They're like, well, I have a lot of money, let me still continue to do what I love, but let me do it on more of a digital standpoint where I can, I'm in charge of my own hours. We're seeing it right now with Chris Wallace, who he's around 77 years old. He's been in news and politics and in journalism for years. He announced that he was leaving CNN after his contract was up. Now he's leaning more to the digital route. Neil Cavuto of Fox News, he was there at Fox News for almost about 28 years. He was there when when the network first started. All right. He announced that he was leaving. Now we're not sure if he's going the digital route, but he could possibly be going the streaming route. What's her Hoda Copy. Hoda from the Today Show. She announced that she was leaving her task on the Today Show. Now I think she still said she was going to be remaining at the network at NBC. But she's leaving. There's so many other folks that are basically saying deuces to the whole media standpoint. So and now Skip Bayless. So there's so many folks that is leaning to another route. But going back to this case, my friends, we're gonna continue to follow up and listen more about it because this is a pretty big deal. A lot of folks obviously are sharing their 2 cents on how this case might end up. Also, again, it's just sad in my opinion. I personally think when you start seeing allegations like these to certain folks, and maybe I'm just being biased because I'm fans of Joy Emmanuel Acho, and hey, I'm a fan of Skip as well too. I mean, Skip has been in the game for a minute. When folks make it to a certain capacity of success, you start seeing the haters, right? You start seeing the haters. and that's what happens. That's what happens. I mean, been so many figures that we've heard where allegations will be brought against them, and then yes, they get canceled for a certain period, then it comes back, no evidence at all was shown, and then it turns out that they were completely innocent. So again, we will continue to see this, and again, I'm not trying to disrespect the person that's made this allegation. I'm not saying that this is a false allegation. I'm just, again, innocent until proven guilty. I'm no attorney, but best believe you have to be you have to agree as far as innocent until proven guilty. If there's no proof as of right now, then they're innocent people. Once proof is shown, then hey, look, then that's where the consequences will occur from there. But all I can say is, if this is all accurate, then this is truly a disgusting act. Again, this stuff does exist in our world when it comes to abuse of power, when it comes to sexual harassment, and especially for women in the workplace. It's harder and harder each and every day, and it's disgusting and shouldn't be that way. So we will continue to follow up more with that story. As I digress from that, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Do not go anywhere. You are listening to yours truly, Arrington Gavin. Be right back. Alrighty, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. So next up, I mentioned about a true hateful act caught on camera. This was taken recently at a swearing where says here there was a video shown the husband of a Republican senator refusing to shake hands with Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris. Excuse me. The gentleman that is refusing to shake hands with the sitting Vice President Kamala Harris, gentleman by the name of Bruce Fisher. He's accompanied by his wife, first elected as a senator for Nebraska in 2012 to the ceremony in Washington D.C. Excuse me. And it just shows his refusal. Well, how about this? Let me go ahead and show you this clip right here. For those who are watching, you can probably hear a little bit of the video, but I'll explain it a little more in depth after this. After I run it for those who are watching this show. So hold tight, and then we will chop it up on the other side.
Hi. Do you want to come here, Bruce? No. It's okay, we'll bite. Don't worry. Okay. Okay.
Do you solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States? Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for your work.
Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, sure.
Okay, so much. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
There. 1 second.
First of all, what a douche. What a first class douchebag, y'all. Seriously. I mean, it really, 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 really just, for one, this jerk, he didn't care about this being a special day for his wife, right? A special accomplishment for his wife, who is getting sworn in to be the next senator for the state of Nebraska. He just says, "Oh, forget about all the attention from her. Let's bring it on to me." He's already making it awkward because he's refusing to even stand next to Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris. But then she offers his hand. He just nods and says, "Thank you." Doesn't smile at all in the picture with her and as well as his wife. I mean, it's just social media. First of all, Black Twitter, along with black social media, is going ham, because first thing that comes out is obviously, oh, we know his true colors. And I mean, it could possibly could be possibly so that the man truly doesn't like her kind. But I personally wouldn't, that's never the first thing that comes out of my head. It really isn't. And you probably say, Arrington, you're being too kind. I probably am. But what I will say is that regardless of if you dislike this individual based on just personal or political beliefs, you still have to respect the position. If someone offers you a handshake, look, I've shaken hands with people I didn't like, because guess what? That's, at the end of the day, the right thing to do. That's the more mature thing to do. And this gentleman looks well over 75. Okay, this man looks, he look old and very mayonnaise, very 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 vanilla. All right, from Nebraska, corn huskers. All right, he looks like he knows better. And then it turns out, oh, this joker is a professor at the University of Nebraska. I don't know what subject he's teaching, but he's a professor. So again, you would think you want to, set a good example for your students, also for the university that you represent. And now this could possibly, just mess up your whole reputation, because now it's showing how you were disrespect to not just a sitting vice president, not just a woman of color, but also a woman. You didn't smile at all during an event that is honoring your wife for all her hard work. Now, what the great thing that you see here is you saw shaking of hands of two individuals, two opposing sides. His wife's a Republican U.S. Senator out of Nebraska. Vice President Harris is a Democrat out of California. They embrace each other, shake hands. Kamala Harris congratulates Vice President Harris, congratulates the senator, and they move it on. I mean, it's a true act of, this man can go take his rudeness and go shove it. I mean, that's really what that's being shown. And I mean, again, social media has been going ham since the beginning. It's just, I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, the vibes that he gives really looks like, I don't like your kind, and yeah, whatever. I mean, come on. Come on. That's, what's interesting? Um when Kamala Harris, she did one debate, against Donald Trump. The debate that she demolished him, might I say. Um she walked to him, literally chased him down to shake his hand, because he wasn't initially going to shake her hand. See, this is what you call misogynist at its finest. Okay, because she literally, I mean, even her expression was like, okay, whatever, alrighty. Can't wait for this day to be over. This jerk just, I mean, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Regardless of political opinion, That's one thing, but again, that's why a lot of folks are already bringing up, it's more than just opposite of politics. They're saying, oh no, it's something stronger. It's something stronger in that man's spirit. It is. It is. And I personally hope, guys, because see, here's the thing. This is on social media forever. This video is never going away. I hope everybody, every child, every teen, every school, every students that are in the mixed population. I hope they watch this video. I hope they watch the video because once again, see, this needs to be a part of American history. Bigotry, hatred towards females and towards females of color. That's my 2 cents on that. I'm going to move it on because I don't want to continue to entertain this fool. I've actually reposted it on my social media. By the way, be sure to follow me at the Arrington Gavin Show on Instagram. Okay, be sure to follow the show on Instagram at the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as Blue Sky. You can also follow us on what else? Substack. Check us out on Substack. I think I might make a piece on this story in all honesty. But yeah, you can follow us on Blue Sky. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and I'm looking what time. Let me move it on. We're gonna go back to the sports world. Kind of lighten the mood a little bit. So Rex Ryan is a former NFL coach. He's a current sports commentator on ESPN as well. And let me go ahead and find that soundbite because some of Rex Ryan's best years was some of his best years was on some of his best years was with the New York Jets. It's interesting because I remember that was back when I think, wow, let me see, what was his career with the Jets? He at that time had Mark Sanchez at the helm, which Mark Sanchez, I mean, he took him like to what? Two back-to-back they took him to like a couple, like two back-to-back conference championship games, if I'm not mistaken. That was some good years of football right there. So Rex Ryan, he coached. Okay, so as a head coach, he did from he coached from 2009 to 2014 the New York Jets. And then he coached the Buffalo Bills from 2015 to 2016. Now, I believe he won a Super Bowl as a defensive coach with the Ravens. But his overall coaching record is 65-68. He was 4-2 in the postseason. I think that was mainly with the New York Jets, as I mentioned before. If I can, let me go ahead and read you a little bit of his stats from there. In his first year with the Jets, let's see. Okay, is it gonna give me his? Let me see the code. Let me see the. Give me a second, guys. Thank you for your patience. All right. So his inaugural season with the Jets, he was 9-7. All right, 9-7. In the postseason, he was 2-1 in the postseason. Second year, he was 11-5, a huge upgrade, 2-1 again in the postseason. Both of those, for his first two seasons with the Jets, he took them to the AFC Championship games, both of which they lost. I mean, season after that, he was 8-8. 2012, he was 6-10. 2013 he was 8-8, and then his last season with them was 4-12. Not awful seasons in all honesty. I mean, he was 46-50 with the Jets, and then he went on to coach 2 years with the Buffalo Bills, finishing that career with them 15 wins and 16 losses. Again, not awful numbers for a coach, but the Jets has just been a hard team to adjust, a hard team to coach, a hard team to win. They have gone by coaches after coaches after coaches after coaches after coaches, quarterbacks after quarterbacks after quarterbacks after quarterbacks, and it has not been pretty for the fans out there in New York City. I mean, even the Giants. I mean, it's just New York right now is struggling when it comes to football. Sports wise, I'll say it's the opposite because my Knicks are not that bad, by the way. Yankees same, Mets same. So it's just really football. Let me go on and play this soundbite. Rex was recently on I think it was on a radio program not too long ago, and they were just discussing the chances of him possibly landing the head coaching job at New York and having a reunion. So let me go ahead and play that soundbite for you all, and then we'll talk on the other side.
You think you're going to get this job, right? You think you're going to be the next head coach of the Jets?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely, I do. And the reason I think I'm going to get it is because I'm the best guy. And it ain't close. The thing that you have to do, you have to connect with a football team. You have to connect with your fan base. And the way they play, that's the most important thing. Not just the X's and O's and all that. Look, this Ben Johnson, I love him. I absolutely love him. But I'm a better candidate for this job than he would be.
You think you're going to get this job, right? You think you're going to be the next head coach of the Jets?
So Brumman is confident. I don't know if y'all heard it right there, but he is extremely confident in getting that job. To read you a little more of this in content, so masslive.com says here Rex Ryan is awfully confident he'll return to get his old job as New York Jets head coach and believes 100% he's the right guy for the gig. I won't repeat the what he had mentioned on the show, but then I would also I will move forward to discuss. Says here that Johnson, the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator, is expected to draw plenty of interest this offseason. The New England Patriots request to interview him, as have the Chicago Bears. Ryan is expected to interview for the Jets coaching vacancy. They fired Robert Saleh, excuse me, after a 1-5 start and didn't improve much under Jeff Ulbrich. Now, New York finished 5-12 this season and missed the playoffs for the 14th straight season. Whew. The 14th straight season. 14 seasons they have not made it in the playoffs. Good Lord Almighty. So this story asks, should Ryan get the job? And Aaron Rodgers returns to the Jets. The 62-year-old said the quarterback won't receive the country club treatment Rodgers has been used to. Clearly, when you have a guy that doesn't show up for mandatory minicamp, and by the way, he's your quarterback coming off an injury, I think that's an absolutely ridiculous message you send to the team. I totally agree. If he comes back, things will be different. If he's back, it ain't gonna be the country club. Show up whenever the hell you want to show up. That ain't gonna happen. I'll just leave it at that. Now, Rodgers said after the Jets win in their Week 18 finale, against the Miami Dolphins, that he's going to take him to think about what his next move will be. But he won't hold anyone up as he makes a decision about his future. Now, it says here Ryan coached the longtime Patriots rival from 2009 to 2014 and finished. Oh, I've already mentioned about his record. They're talking about his record with the Jets. I'll say this. Why not New York? I mean, for one, New York enjoyed Rex Ryan because I'll be honest, Rex Ryan, his personality was just spot on, and it was the spot on personality that was needed for the New York Jets and just the culture at New York. You know what I mean? Like Rex Ryan comes from a dynasty family of coaches, of no BSers. All right. And he even his speech on Hard Knocks, it goes viral. I mean, he was that kind of a coach. I think that it's kind of missing in not majority, but you have some coaches that are so young, they're more of like, hey, I want to be your friend, and not really being the authoritarian, because you got a lot of self-made millionaires who are grown men that's like, look, you need me, so back off, dude. No, Rex is like, oh no, sir, no, sir, we're not going to do that. I mean, you already hear him saying we're not going to do the country club treatment on Aaron Rodgers. It's absolutely true. It's always been country club treatment ever since he left Green Bay and went to New York. I mean, the whole Hard Knocks, uh, the whole Hard Knocks episodes were mainly, Aaron Rodgers reality show. Aaron Rodgers was still doing more talking even while he was hurt. I mean, don't get me wrong, he had a contract that was signed, but it's just, I think it should have been more on the lines of what you can do to continue to improve. What can you do to help build the confidence and earn the confidence of New York and Jets fans, as well as possibly mentoring the next up and coming? Because guess what, bro? You're like 40 something. You are knocking on retirement's door. You are no Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a rare specimen when it comes to QBs, especially the kind of career Tom Brady had. All right. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry, but you're different. You know Tom Brady. You have to start making this decision. Me personally, I wouldn't want to see him go to another team. Let him finish his career with the Jets. I just that's just me personally. Um, what the only time another squad would want to sign Aaron Rodgers is to help bring ticket sales. Help increase ticket sales to their games. That's it. I mean, I don't really know another a QB or another team that would want to sign him. Maybe let me see. No, not Chicago, because I think they want to continue to build up. Let me see here. Let me see here. Maybe Cleveland. Maybe Cleveland. Maybe, I mean, possibly Carolina or the Giants. He might stay in New York and just go to the New York Giants. I really, I don't know. That'll be an interesting thing to see. But what I will say, I'm a Rex Ryan fan. I think, yeah, go back to the squad that you had your best years at. Bring back that, change the momentum, change the spirit over there. Everybody's down in the Jets organization. Like, everybody's just depressed and not confident on how the season will end up. So just you know, put in your 2 cents and see how that might go. But I think that'll be pretty cool. Look, my friends, I'm gonna digress from this story, and I will we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We have I think I have a little bit of time to share our one more story. So do not go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, my friends, welcome back. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. real quickly, I want to talk a little bit about the recent premiere of Monday Night Raw. For all you wrestling fans out there, the recent premiere of Monday Night Raw on Netflix now has a new home on Netflix. For years, it's been on the USA Network. It's now starting a new era on Netflix. I think that is dope. I think it's huge for Netflix as well as just the wrestling community. Big ups to Triple H, Hunter Helmsley. I'm sorry, that's not his government name. Paul Levesque, I believe, is his actual name. That was one of his old original names, but Triple H, who is basically the man in charge now, and he's doing some great stuff over there. Kudos to Netflix. Excuse me. Kudos to Netflix and so many others that can make that happen. Let me see if I can play you this quick, just a few highlights from the initial start of this event. So give me a second. Let me find that soundbite for you, and we'll talk a little more about how awesome this event was. There we go. I mean, like, wrestling fans were like, this is so live. The best intro, right? You hear that crowd? They debuted it in Los Angeles, California, by the way.
Are you ready? Then, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Welcome to the Netflix era.
I mean, it was what an opener. You had appearances. First of all, it was a star-studded event. You had appearances by obviously Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Hulk Hogan, who actually had quite of a mixed reaction compared to all the other stars. I'm sorry. After he showed his tail in support of Donald Trump, I mean, the public looks at Hulk Hogan much differently. I'm sorry, Hulk. I'm a fan of you, buddy. You know, when it comes to wrestling world, you know, you really changed the game, but it was a poor response from the crowd, and especially in Los Angeles, a very liberal city and state. So it was bad. Y'all can repeat it by going on Netflix. Also, what else? Said The Rock star-studded event. John Cena. It was dope. It was dope. I think the show was close to about 3 hours long. And again, I just want to say, you know, it's a new era, and I'm pretty pumped about it. I watched majority of it, and it just brought me back to my childhood years when I watched wrestling like that. My friends, look, we are coming close to our time. But as always, continue to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. We drop new episodes Monday through Fridays, available on all digital and streaming platforms. You can listen to us Monday through Fridays on our radio affiliate, WDJY 99.1 FM, every night, Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m., as well as follow us on Instagram and on our subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Arrington Gavin Show, and Rumble as well. Take care. God bless. I will see you next time, my friends.